Hey guys, welcome back to another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the DC Multiverse Scarecrow from the Arkham Knight Videogame series by McFarlane Toys. On the back of the box we have some promotional art for the Arkham Knight Videogame, and on the side we have the figure's name along with the series it's from. McFarlane figures are super easy to take out of the box without having to tear the package open. But in order to get the collectible card and standout, you will have to tear the plastic attached to the cardboard to get them out. Scarecrow is one of Batman's most iconic supervillain. A former professor obsessed with the psychology of fear, he was fired for experimenting on human subjects. In the Arkham series video games, the Scarecrow was released from prison when the Joker attacked Arkham Island and used this opportunity to spread mass chaos and death. While attempting to poison the city's water supply with the fear toxin, Scarecrow was attacked by Killer Croc, but Batman failed to save Scarecrow, leaving Scarecrow with a permanently broken leg and severely scarring his face. Scarecrow would barely survive the attack, but he managed to rebuild his face and changed it to look like his original mask. Scarecrow would then enact a plan of revenge on Batman and Gotham City to try and finally break the Batman's will and unleash his latest strain of fear gas in a chemical explosion. Let's check out some of the details. Bright glowing eyes are the first thing we notice on the dark skin and cloth textured mask. A missing nose, pitch black skin, dirty teeth, and stitches all over the mouth detail the face, with 2 air filters coming out of the jaw. The head is covered in a thick black hood, sculpted in large stitches and a cloth texture. More large stitching and heavy cloth texture can be seen on the sides, with the hood ending in a small tip. Multiple vials carrying orange liquid are strapped onto the vest, with tubes swirling around the top and bottom of them. A gray noose is wrapped around the neck as its rope lays on the chest. And underneath we can see small fine details on the black coat like zippers, straps, and more stitching. More machinery containing vials are strapped onto the back, with a few tubes entering the body. Underneath we have a square of black leather where the machinery rests on, with its own small plates and wires attached to it. The coat reaches all the way down to the knees, with the tear down the center stitched halfway. The coat has a rough leather texture and is sculpted with waves and folds, giving it the appearance of being swept by wind to one side. The left shoulder has a skinny arm covered in square patches of black cloth, all stitched together. The stitching continues to the wrist, covered by a black leather cuff and fingerless gloves. The right shoulder has the same square patch stitching, but wrapped in belts, with tubes coming out of the arm. The tubes lead into machinery attached to the forearm and hands, with small vials of orange liquid attached all over. The hands are covered in multiple small orange syringes, forming a point at the tip. A large black belt and buckle secure the black leather pouches to the waist of the figure. Each pouch is different in size and has its own button and leather details. More black leather pouches hang from the belt on the back as well. More tubes and belts are strapped onto the thighs, with the black cloth pants underneath textured in a thick pattern. A knee pad, belt straps, and a few wrinkles are sculpted onto the legs, with a metallic brace attached to the left leg with metal joints at the knee. We wrap up the detail with the boots. Heavy black work boots that have a small fine details like laces, stitching, and sections of black leather. The metal brace on the leg continues onto the feet, wrapping under the boot with more joints to allow walking. Let's check out the articulation. We have a ball joint at the neck, allowing full rotation. Shoulders that open and rotate. A rotating bicep. Double jointed elbows with skinny arms that allow the maximum range. Wrists that bend up and down and rotate. The articulation at the chest is completely hindered by the sculpting of the coat. While it is made of a soft plastic, you're just not going to get any meaningful range or holding a position. We have the same deal with the waist, unable to even get a good hold on the body to even rotate the joint as it's blocked by the coat sculpting as well. For the articulation at the legs, we can open the legs thanks to the cut on the back of the coat, as well as bend the leg forward. Moving the leg backward will be met by resistance by the coat, hindering some of the range. A small amount of rotation at the thigh. Double jointed knees that bend back, with the coat getting in the way a bit. Ankles that rotate and bend up and down, with a foot that twists and toes that bend upward. One thing to note is that the leg with the brace has less articulation on this side. The ankle can only bend up and down on this foot, as well as the knees not being double jointed. The brace also leaves this figure uneven as it sticks out a bit. The Scarecrow has a tall, skinny frame, making him just slightly taller than a few other heroes. Here I've set him up with other McFarlane toys from different series to get a better idea of the scale. A small bonus to the figure, the noose on his neck can be removed and used as an accessory. We get a collectible trading card with the game artwork on the front, and information of the character on the back. And we get the standard McFarlane stand with the DC logo on it. McFarlane's toy mastery of sculpting really shows on this figure. I can't get enough of how extremely detailed this figure is at this price point. Scarecrow's likeness to the in-game look is an accurate portrayal, with an amazing head sculpt that is some of the best sculpting I've seen yet for McFarlane toys. With equipment details all over the body, the unique design of the Arkham Scarecrow is one of the best looks this villain has had so far. McFarlane Toys did an amazing job bringing the likeness from the in-game look into the action figure format. With this much detail, with the character that's mostly covered in black leather, unfortunately a lot of it is wasted with the black on black paint. Paint has always been an issue with McFarlane Toys, but what they do paint is effective in the overall design of the toy, where it impacts the looks the most. And just like most figures wearing coats, the articulation is severely hindered by it, something that won't be solved as long as plastic is the main material on these figures. Doubling down on the articulation issues is the braces that the figure wears, but at least that's lore accurate. While the rope noose is a nice touch, without any accessories the figure can only really do a default standing pose, something that effects and an alternate hand could have came in to help get more value in posing. The Arkham Scarecrow design makes for a great villain in any other toy line as well. Fitting in with other series is just another reason to pick up this figure, even if you've never played the game or are into the Batman series. A well-designed, well-sculpted figure, the Scarecrow is a great looking figure. It doesn't have the best articulation McFarlane offers, and could use a few paint touch-ups and accessories, but for the price, the details are amazing. Alright guys, that's it for this review. Leave a comment letting me know how you like this figure, subscribe, or give me a like to help out the channel.